The Heinrich Böll Foundation is a German political foundation affiliated with the Green Party in Germany. So from the very inception of the foundation, actually, we have been working on feminist issues and on issues of gender democracy. And gender democracy is something that we're very strongly promoting as we are speaking of issues of democracy. There's no democracy without gender democracy.
The virtual conference that we seek to hold, Challenging Patriarchy, New Strategies for Gender Equality in Africa. And what it seeks to do is to put state-led interventions into gender equality under the spotlight. The conference will look at 4 areas. It will look at challenging patriarchy in the economic sphere. It would look at challenging patriarchy in the formal political sphere, so in political parties and representative institutions. It would look at challenging patriarchy by working with gender machineries and state-driven policies. And lastly, it would look at challenging patriarchy in the public sphere.
Patriarchy sometimes is misunderstood when we simply define it as rule by fathers. We imagine is simply that it is men who are supposed to rule. But it is deeper than that, because it's also the fact that even women have internalized the norms and values that say only men should rule. So patriarchy is really, a very deep-rooted, structural system.
It's been said that feminism is a radical notion that women are people, and just for that notion to be put out there, there needs to be a man behind that drive. That in itself speaks of how little we listen to women when they speak.
If I look at majority of the blogs that are written about women, there are a few articles about praising them for what they're doing and celebrating them, but you can see that the ones that get a lot of traction are usually bringing them down.
It cannot be those who don't have power to be the ones to change the power structure. For me, I think we should look at it from that angle. The men wield the power, they hold the power in their hands. The men need to know that unless they share this power with their fellow women, they cannot develop and change this continent.
I think what I have learned is that negotiation. You need to learn how to negotiate even more.
If we want to occupy the political space, because we believe as women, in partnership with men, of course, that we are best placed to bring about the social changes, the transformation in our society, then I think it can't just be about numbers.
You find girls coming out with the first class honors, and you have equal opportunity to employment and so many other things, but when it comes to politics, that's when the problem starts.
We like to bring as many people to the table as possible, and we realize that there's always a limitation, especially when it is about physically meeting together. And so we decided, let's maybe not meet in the physical, in a conventional space, but let's meet in a virtual space.
We're opening up this conference to as many people as possible by leveraging the web, video conferencing, and social media. To get started, simply go to the conference website and sign up for email updates. Once the conference begins, you will be able to follow the proceedings in real time with video streams. You'll be able to comment on what's going on. If you have a social media account, say on Twitter or on Facebook, then you can make your voice heard, simply tweet or comment, and the moderators will pick it up and make it part of the discussion.